Good day, guys. I hope we're all good. So I saw this setup earlier. I thought let me come and show you guys like do an example of what we went through in the book. So I'm going to do a checklist before I explain this particular setup which I had. So I'm going to remove these. Okay, so remember when we were going through the book, we learned a few things. So one of the things we learned was the use of the Fibb, right? So we're going to highlight Fibb here, which is the Fibonacci, the 50% and 61% Fibb retracement. For us to use the Fibb, we need the trend. Okay, so we have the trend. What else do we need? We need a candlestick, either a pin bar, a bullish engulfing in this case, since we're buying, or an inside bar. So it's a pin bar, a bullish engulfing, or an inside bar. And we also need a zone, either a supply and demand zone or a support and resistance. So I'm going to put support and resistance or supply and demand. Okay, so on this particular setup, coming from this is Monday, Tuesday, and this is today. So coming from Monday, we realized that this is a potential peak formation, right? So we had a huge impulsive push up. So if you wanted to trade this, you could have done the same thing, run the Fibb here. But what I want to talk about is not this. I actually want to talk about this particular trade. So here we broke this level, minor levels in here. Then price retraced and bounced off the same level. So now we've got a low, we've got a high, and we've got a higher low. So already we're anticipating a higher high, right? So price actually went on and gave us a higher high. So now we're anticipating another higher low to complete this trend. So we've got a trend since we've got higher highs, higher lows being formed. The next thing is we want to run a Fibb. So if we run the Fibb, let me just remove a few of these things. Okay, so we've got the trend. The next thing is we want to run a Fibb. So when you grab your Fibb tool, you want it to run from the lowest low, which was the highest low in this instance, to the highest high. Then you just want to drag it into the future, right? So after you run your Fibb, you want to look to your left and see if you've got any supply areas, sorry, any demand areas since we're buying, or we've got any supply, any support and resistance zone. So we had a resistance area here, which was broken by the impulsive move. Price then came back and retested on this support, right? So after we run up the Fibb, now we've got a support and resistance. In this case, we've got a support area. Price came into that zone, which is today, and they gave a pin bar and an inside bar inside there. So if you notice, once we get the pin bar, that's our cue to enter the trade. So if you map out, you want to map out a potential of 1:2 or 1:3, right? Stop loss goes below the pin bar. Then you map out 1 to 3. There we go. So here it will depend with your entry points. Entries are valid from the time we had the inside bar to the time that zone is actually broken outside the mother bar. And we also consider we had the pin bar. So from the time the pin bar closed, we could have entered this trade. So there were actually multiple entry chances to get into the setup. And this was a London session trade. So this happened in the morning around 11, but the momentum came in around 3 at the open of New York session. That's when the momentum was pumped into the market and price came all the way up straight to TP in just 2 hours. So I thought, let me just explain this, show you an example of something we went through where we get the trend. As soon as we get the trend, we also know we're going to use the Fibb. Then we had support and resistance. So in this instance, with support, then we also had the candlestick formation in this case, which was the pin bar. After that, the only thing which we put is your risk to reward ratio. You map your trade like this, then you execute. So as long as you've got at least 3 to 4 items lining up, then you can execute your trade. So I hope this helps. You guys can back test on other items, then you can still come through with your feedback. If this is working for you, please do let us know. If you're still facing challenges also, do let us know and we'll see where we can help each other. Apart from that, wishing you guys a peaceful week as we complete the week now. Have a peaceful week. Good trading.